Welcome. Hello, welcome to another episode of Gryphon's Choice. I know I somewhat promised a new old game show today, however, I wanted to give No Man's Sky another shot. I've given it a shot before. I've actually got... one of the few times I got feedback was someone enjoying me playing this, watching me play this game. So, we're gonna play this game again. I don't know. This game's still got some good stuff to it. I'm not going to say this game. You know, occasionally the ships look kind of cool. I don't know. I like our ship that we got. I'll show it to you guys in a second. It's, as you can see, I've learned some more words, a lot more words than last time, so I can kind of occasionally I understand everything someone's trying to say. I have had a few like complete sentences that are just like, okay, this dude is speaking in complete sentences to me that I understand. Awesome. So right now, for no particular reason, I just feel like doing it. I'm upgrading my pulse jets. I have no reason to, I just want to, so I need some more Chiron sight. So there's nobody else in this hangar right now. I'm gonna have to wait for a second. Or run up to the terminal. The terminal might have some, I don't know. This is our ship. I bought this for 7 million, I think. Show you guys the cockpit. It's the cockpit view. So, to show you guys, things have changed a little bit from last time. So obviously this bigger ship is 31 slots. I've seen bigger, I've seen ones up to 42, I think is the biggest I saw. Issue with that is some of these upgrades you don't have on those bigger ships. So it's a toss-up when you're putting upgrades on a ship, it is a toss-up. However, some of those bigger ships, the one that I thought one that was 42, one that was 39, they were both like 50 million. Which is not impossible, it just takes some time to do that. Obviously there's also if some of these were already installed on the ship when I bought them, otherwise I would rearrange them, for example. Knowing, again, one of the things, I did talk about this a little bit in my review, one of the things the game doesn't tell you is that putting things next to each other increases their power. So these are both for the photon cannon, so putting them next to each other increases their power. These are both for the phase beam, so putting them next to each other increases their power. So ideally, unfortunately, with this ship missing a slot here, which is one of the most frustrating things, is when a ship is missing a slot in a coordinate spot. So I can never upgrade the photon cannon into its highest capacity because I cannot connect everything to it. I could put this one, if I removed this one, dismantled that one, and dismantled this one, I could reinstall that one there. There's unfortunately no way to move the upgrades once you place them. At least that I know. You can move items around, but you can't move your upgrades around. But there's a ship that landed, so we're gonna go talk to the ship and see if they have what we need, and then we will go back to explaining that. There's a little bit of variety in the aliens. See, there you go. There's a complete sentence there. Trade pleases warrior ancestors. It's still broken. When translated in English, it's still kind of broken English, but you know, you get the point. Alright, I think we need 5 more Chiron sites in order to buy the other upgrade we're looking at. So let's go ahead. Let's just go ahead and run up here. That dude, we don't want to talk to him. We'll look at the terminal. I want to buy things. So, currently right now, because there's not really much of a point to this game once you, try to get to the center of the galaxy. That's my only goal right now. So as I was saying, I would like to, you know, if I could move this guy out of here, I can install... I don't know if the pulse jets actually tie together or not. I can't tell if there's a border around them or not. If there is, it's definitely not as... I think there is. I think I see a very slight border around them. Yeah, there's definitely like a very... It's a dark blue. It's hard to tell in this background. But there is a dark... You can see it a little bit more on the left side there, where I have it over that white pole. Oh, this is dark blue. So if I had these three attached to the main pulse engine here, they'd work better. I'd have to dismantle this, and like, part of me wants to do that. I have a feel I may end up doing that actually at some point. Probably not right now. Maybe not on this stream, but definitely if I pull this warp reactor from here and install it and basically delete all three of these things. Or maybe not that one. Delete these two. Delete this guy. Reinstall it here. These are just elements, so we can move them out of the way. Delete all three of these. Install those three there. Delete this guy. Reinstall this guy here. And then move those out of the way. Reinstall these two. Delete them and reinstall those two here, and getting rid of these guys. That, I think, would be the way. And then just throwing this guy somewhere with these. If I leave that guy there, I'll just have this one to reinstall, and I can reinstall them like here and here, or here and here, or something. And then that would give us the maximum we can. Like you can see, my deflectors here are all tied together, all synced. So it's just something I thought about doing. Same thing in here. I realized it in my suit a lot sooner than I did out there with the ship. So I did get my life support modules all tied together, my shield boost all tied together. That being said, like there's certain things you can't delete. So jetpack is tied up here in the corner. You could never attach your jetpack boosters to your jetpack. I don't know, environmental hazard protection. We do have all these protection things. I don't know if these protection things tie into... I would assume these tie into the hazard protection suit. I'd have to rearrange stuff to get them to do that. I'd have to tie my life supports down here and then do the hazard protection. Even try that. But the hazard protection stuff I kind of turn on and off when it's useful. So I'm kind of not even worried about it. It's like, you know, when I get to a place where I need... where there's heavy radiation... Turn on my radiation deflector. If it's got toxic atmosphere, if it's cold, if it's hot, you know, whatever I need to do. I just kind of build them as I need them. So right now we're Omegon. We need a little bit more Omegon, which I found actually at a vendor. Whoops, did not mean to craft product. What I'm trying to build right now is this jetpack booster, which is the last jetpack upgrade. So I need some more Chiron sight. Nice Omegon. So that was actually what I was doing when the game crashed. Is I just finished building my second engine, just like I just did, and then I went back out here to go buy more to try and buy the rest of that Chiron site. I know I could just go mine for it, but why do that when we can buy it and I have money? Hab. I don't know what Hab means yet. Nah, who cares? I mean, I have 1.5 million right now, which is a decent bit. I don't know. It depends on how you are. Like, I had a lazy day one day where I just came in here, one of these space stations, and all I did was act like an in-between guy. I came to the ships. I bought stuff from the ships, I turned around and sold it to the terminal. Which worked out pretty well. If I ever find, my basic sentiment right now is if I ever find a... Well, he's only got 5 Chiron sites, so that's the point. If I ever find another system with good trade prices, I will absolutely do that again. Because I would love to get one of those bigger ships, like I said. I know I had said how much of a pain, I was just complaining how much of a pain it would be to re-upgrade the ship. But if I had a ship with enough slots, that would matter. Also, if you guys are ever curious what's behind this locked door, if you guys haven't gotten an Atlas pass yet. So you have that door, leads to the terminal, and usually an alien. Locked door, pop it open, walk back here. Suit upgrades. Easy environmental suit upgrades in every single one of these. As you can see, I've maxed out already at 48 slots. It sometimes still doesn't feel like enough. Like when I was trying to repair my warp reactor, it required a lot of gold and a lot of emerald. And as you can see, I'm filled up in slots right now on my ship. My ship is maxed out right now. I'm actually going to transfer some stuff back to my person, and then transfer this stuff that way. I did that for a very specific reason. So titanium and iron are useful. Doesn't matter as much anymore. The last fight I got into, I never had to recharge my shields. But you need to recharge your shield sometimes during space combat. And you do that by... Let's go ahead and try that. And my phase beam. You do that by... Ooh, that took a lot of carbon. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying anymore. Oh, shields. You recharge and deflect your shields by using one of the yellow materials, whether it be titanium, whether it be iron, or zinc. You use those to recharge it. So I think that like I said, all I want to do right now, the only other goal I have, so my one goal is to build this, which obviously, like I said, is going to take, we're going to have to go find some Omegon somewhere, and we're going to find some Chiron site. Beyond that, my only other goal is, I could, if I really wanted to, say I'm going to build all technologies in my suit. Should be, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 more slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I had to fill up every empty slot right now, plus 2 more, leaving me with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 slots for inventory. Which, granted, is still, I believe, more than you start with in this game. But sometimes you just need to mine for materials for different things. You have to get all those upgrades. Some of them have to mine for materials. Also, multi-tool. I do have an upgraded multi-tool here. I have used several multi-tools over the course of this playthrough. This is just the one I have most recently. Again, you can see, just like everything else, these tie together. So if I had been doing this the best way I could, you would tie combat amplifier off of the mining beam, and then chain the rest of these guys off of that. Change your rain boosters off of your scanner. So probably the best way to do this would be to take out these two, put these two here and here, have your mining beam go down and around your rain booster, because your plasma launcher and your bolt caster can be placed anywhere, and then tie everything you want to tie off of those. It's actually not a bad plan, because what I have 1, 2, 3, 4 things that I upgrade with my mining beam. I just have to write down what they are, because there are multiple options. Like you can do here, I have a beam intensifier, a couple of bonuses for my laser. I'd want to remember what they are, because I like how my gun works right now. I like how it works, so I wouldn't want to add anything new to it right now, other than I wouldn't want to change the grenade stuff. I wouldn't want to add anything new beyond what I already have, because I like how this stuff works. I mean, I could kind of do without the ricochet on the bolt caster, but the short burst adapter on the, I love it. It turns it into a semi-auto. Anyway, I was talking about this room. So if it's a Vy'keen room, you also have this row of carbon here for no apparent reason. We can just collect. Let's see how much carbon. It's not always the same number of plants, to be fair. But, you know, it's a fair amount of carbon, as addition to just the standard plants that are in the corners. You know. I like spinning the chairs. And then obviously, you know, you have more locked doors. I have not gotten an Atlas pass yet, V3 or V2. I've heard that for some reason you need a V3 can open all V1 and V2 doors, but you still need a V1 to open V1 containers, which is a little weird, but you know, I am not going to just be sitting in here the entire time. Okay, he understand. So I've kind of depleted the coward site reserves of a lot of these people because I did trade with a lot of them before you guys tuned in yesterday. So we're just going to jump in. We're going to jump out. Excuse me. And the reason we did that is because that triggers a save for the game. Getting in and out of your ship. Every time you leave your ship. So, I don't think there's anything else of interest for us here. Abandoned buildings, I don't care about. So, I have not... Oh, I forgot that I did anything in the system. Should rename this to...
Units received.
Bonus points to anyone who gets that reference. Here's a hint.
Units received.
There's a hint for you. If you do know what it is, feel free to hit me up in the chat room. We're here on Twitch, streaming out. Or if you're watching this later on YouTube, you know, hit a comment up if you know what I was referencing with those last two galaxy names. Let me know. I make it more overt in my references very quickly. So as you can see here, this is the other reason I'm playing this game. It is pretty easy to platinum. And I have not yet gotten a platinum trophy, so I kind of want one. So it's all tied to the journey milestones here. As you get all of these, you get the platinum, basically. So I've gotten a lot of these already, as you can see. I've traveled, I forget when it actually clicked for getting the maximum milestone, but... Excuse me. I've traveled over 170,000 units on foot. I've met 53 aliens. I've learned 366 words over the course of 4 languages. Because you learn Vy'keen, Gek, and Korvax. But then you can also learn some of the language of the Atlas as well. I have the most... my most units ever accrued, this is not lifetime, this is single time, was 7,796,766. That's when I played Merchant for a little while, and that's when I bought my ship. Ship's destroyed. This is a lot easier now that I have my bigger ship with its, like I said, a lot of those weapon upgrades were already attached to it. I think I attached maybe 1 or 2 more weapon upgrades, and then adding on those. What made the difference in that last battle was the deflector shields. Having those be beefed up so it takes longer for them to get knocked down, because that's how I died several times in space combat, because I just didn't have good I didn't understand that I needed to recharge my deflector shields at first. So it's like trying to just, why am I dying, and I was like, oh, my deflector shields are down. It's like, don't they recharge automatically? It's like, no, you have to physically go and put stuff into them. Destroyed 94 sentinels. A lot of these are destroyed in my quest for an Atlas Pass, because I've been told by the internet, and we all know the internet is a tricky place sometimes, that the place you find Atlas Passes is going to be either operation centers or manufacturing plants, manufacturing facilities, which are found. There's a scan beacon thing you can do on planets to try and find those locations. It only gives you those 2 locations, so you just got to go to them and check them. They're locked facilities that you have to break into, so the Sentinels obviously don't like that. This one I don't know, because it's like survive 5.0 souls in extreme conditions. Next milestone is 0.0 souls. I hung out on the planet for a little while, but then I got bored and had to leave, and it's just like, I was there, it never clicked. Apparently it's like, you know, less than 0.1 soul left. Warped 44 times, next time in 6. That won't be too hard to get the rest of that, I don't think. This is the one that's a little frustrating. I think I got to one planet where I got everything but the last species, and I just couldn't find the last species, and then I got tired of it and I left. That's a lot of what it is. A lot of this is like I try and say I'm gonna do this, and then I get tired of it and I leave. I'm obviously, if I do want the platinum, this is the big one that I gotta get. I don't know if this is. I'm hoping the milestones are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I hope you don't have to do more than 10 planets. If you do, we'll see. I don't know, that's the rest of the controls and stuff. I don't need that. Wait, what was that? Oh. Extras, view credits, read differently in my head there for a second. Anyway, let's... Trading post. Where's the trading post? Where's the trading post? That's the abandoned building. The trading post is... Where is it? There it is. That's the abandoned building. There's the trading post. Okay. Trading post has a possibility of sometimes having rare materials. So we'll go there and try to get our Omegon. And maybe some more Chiron site while we're there. Maybe. The tricky part about Chiron site is that it is... Whoops. Forgetting it here is that the trading posts are visited by the same... Alright, way too steep, way too steep. For real re-entry. This is video game re-entry. That one. There are numerous spawn on this planet, so we will... Alright, this is gonna be the planet. This is gonna be the planet where we go and try and find stuff. We will try and find the creatures here. We'll also try and find some Chiron sites so we get that Jeff out of grid. This dude does not even have Chiron site. Yeah, the things on planets always have different inventories than what they do up in space. So they can change. Okay. You're not helpful. So it's not moving up there. That's kind of cool looking. I found 1 of 8 species. That's the other thing, is I didn't realize that little pop-up in the corner before. So I would just sit here and like, how many more species do I need to find? I never knew. We can discover some plants, why not? Alright, you know what we're gonna do? I haven't done this in a while. I just want to run. So, we're just gonna pick a direction and we're gonna go. We're gonna go to that abandoned building. We'll be there in 6 hours. That's the thing we already discovered. There's a target. That's only 2 minutes away. So there are a couple of, like, if you're not familiar with, there are locations on the planet where you can summon your ship to, so it's not like I'm worried about losing our ship or anything like that, or having to run way back to a ship. Sometimes it feels like you have to. Sometimes it feels like you're like, okay, there's nothing out here, I need to run back to my ship. Let this happen sometimes. I haven't had it happen a lot. There's definitely a facility over there. What are these guys? So these appear to be 2 different things, essentially. So that's species number 2. So that belongs to a species we've already discovered. We've already discovered that species, there's just a new creature within that species. There's something else over here. There we go. Okay, there's something else over there. It appears that may judge what appearance I can see of it. Yeah. That's supposed to be another variety of the same species. Still have 5 species to cover. So those are just okay. Where's that? Hey guys. You're new. 4 of 8. He belongs to a species we already uncovered. Any birds? That's another thing to look for. Are there any? Okay, so there are most definitely birds. Alright, I want to get those birds now. I don't want to have to deal with those. I don't want to have to deal with the birds later. We try and be nice about it first. If this doesn't work, I have a backup plan. So, think about birds. Climb that hill to be closer to the birds, and then I was too far away. Come on. So I mean, if you ask, why I'm trying to use the mining beam to knock these guys out rather than to kill them, rather than using the gun feature, and that's because I've found the mining beam to be more reliable for doing this. And this is, yes, according to the internet, the best way to get a hang of these things. Kill them for scanning purposes is to kill them. Unfortunately, it's the way things has to be. Come on. So where'd that other flock go? Can't seem to hit him. I hit him. And he can take a lot of hits. Where'd the body go? That is one thing I've noticed sometimes I can't find the body after I shoot him down. It seemed like it should have landed right over here, but I don't see it. I don't know, I had this happen last time too. It's like, I know I shot this guy out of the sky. Or is it scanning? What's it scanning? Oh, it's scanning those creatures. Okay. Alright, let's try this again. Where's that question mark where it was? I don't remember anymore. That way, we're heading this way. Alright, we got it. We got it. There's like 3 more species left to find on this planet. Visible check, we've discovered that bird. I hope there's not another bird. There could be. Now I just want to make it to whatever this question mark is, because there will be a save point there. And then from there we can determine what we're going to do next. Alright. I feel a little better now. I always feel better once I save. Because, as I've said before, I don't know whether this is real or not, but it crashed. I believe I mentioned this in the It crashed on me a lot. This game has crashed on me a lot. Aluminum! Cool. I don't really need aluminum right now, but there's the thing I was telling you about. Alright. So we might... Let me jump in here real quick. We might, since that thing is right there and our ship, like... Okay. Our ship is not that far back. We might just go ahead and jump on our ship and run to those facilities I was telling you about, which, like I said, have a chance, not a guarantee, but a chance of getting us what we want, the Atlas Pass. These are easy. If you get these wrong, well, I can't help you. Oh, this one is running backwards. That's new. They usually run the code usually goes the other direction, but that's run this direction. It's new. Alright. We detected a monolith or a ruin or something. That's cool, I guess. It's 42 minutes away. Let's see what this guy wants. Hello, Nolong. Pathetic interloper. Isotope, honorable warrior language. I think we need to give it an isotope. Cool, it gave me a technology blueprint, probably for something I already have. I thought I already knew the word for dead.